Episode 8 of Daredevil Born Again Season 2 works as a conclusion to everything that has been building across the season. It brings the legal fight, the political conflict, and the personal relationships together into one final sequence. The episode isn't just about defeating Wilson Fisk. It's about exposing how his system works and deciding what happens after that system starts to fall apart. The episode begins with a quiet moment between Matt and Karen. They're relaxed, laughing, and for a short time, everything feels normal. This moment isn't real. It's a contrast. When Karen wakes up back in court, it becomes clear that this version of their life doesn't exist right now. The episode starts by showing what they want, and then immediately returns to what they are actually dealing with. This creates a simple idea. There's a difference between the life they could have and the one they're forced to live. Jessica Jones helps Matt after he's injured. Their conversation is direct. Jessica questions whether Matt can actually stop Fisk, and Matt admits that he can't do it alone. This is important because it removes the idea that one person can fix everything. Throughout the season, Matt has tried to carry the situation on his own. Here, he accepts that this isn't possible. It also shows why Jessica stays. She was planning to leave, but the situation has reached a point where walking away is no longer realistic. The courtroom becomes the main focus again, but this time, it goes further than before. It's not just about defending Karen. It's about exposing Fisk. Heather Glenn tries to weaken Karen's credibility by presenting her as unstable and unreliable. This is part of how Fisk's system works. It doesn't always rely on facts. It relies on controlling how people are seen. When Matt arrives and challenges Heather, the direction of the case changes. The focus moves away from Karen and toward Fisk. This shift matters because it shows that the system only works as long as people accept its version of the truth. When Fisk takes the stand, he presents himself as a leader trying to protect the city. He talks about order and safety, and he frames vigilantes as the problem. Matt breaks this down step by step. Instead of arguing emotionally, he introduces evidence. The testimony from Christopher connects Fisk directly to the Northern Star and the weapons operation. This moment shows the difference between image and reality. Fisk's power depends on maintaining his image. Once that image is challenged with clear evidence, his position becomes weaker.
You are a fool.
No, I'm not.
I am Daredevil.
Matt's decision to say, "I am Daredevil," is the biggest moment in the episode. It's not just a reveal, it's a choice. Up to this point, Matt has tried to separate his identities. In this moment, he stops doing that. He accepts that both sides of his life are connected. This also changes the situation legally and publicly. He's no longer hiding behind a mask. He's taking responsibility for what he has done, even if it puts him at risk. The small action with the cane is not about showing off. It's proof. It forces the room to accept what he's saying. When Karen's case is dismissed, it marks a clear loss for Fisk. For most of the season, he has controlled how things play out in public. In this moment, that grip starts to loosen. However, this doesn't end the conflict. Right after Fisk's public loss in court, the episode shows how quickly he's able to turn defeat into opportunity. Powell prepares another attempt on Matt's life, but before it can happen, Bullseye takes control of the situation. His shot is aimed at Fisk, but Buck steps in and takes the bullet instead. This moment matters because it creates immediate confusion. Nobody fully understands what's happening, and that confusion gives Fisk exactly what he needs. For most of the episode, Fisk is on the defensive. The evidence against him is public, Karen is cleared, and his political position is collapsing. But the shooting changes the atmosphere instantly. Instead of the public focusing on his exposure in court, attention shifts to violence and panic. Fisk immediately goes on television and declares New York under siege, framing the day's events as proof that vigilantes and their supporters are attacking the city. By doing this, he shifts attention away from his own actions and creates a new narrative. This is consistent with how his system works. When control is threatened, he replaces the story with a new one that benefits him. The streets fill with protesters, many wearing Daredevil masks. This is an important visual detail. The mask is no longer just Matt's. It becomes a symbol that other people can use. This shows that the conflict is no longer limited to a few individuals. It has spread to the public. At the same time, the anti-vigilante task force prepares to respond with force. This creates a clear division between the people and the system meant to protect them.
You told me Ayala pushed him off the platform.
I told you to shoot that guy.
He's one of ours.
He's not one of ours. He's one of them. What the fuck happened to you? You lose your balls in that fire too? I gave you a direct fucking order.
No.
Fine, you won't do it, I will. I'll fucking...
The confrontation outside the courthouse shows that Fisk's control isn't as strong as it was. When Angela Del Toro and others confront Powell and officers begin to question him, it shows that the system is starting to break from the inside. This is important because it means the problem is no longer just external pressure. The structure itself is becoming unstable. Inside the courthouse, chaos erupts. Protesters clash with task force agents. The White Tiger fights alongside Jessica and Matt. Fisk himself starts tearing through civilians with his bare hands, bloody and brutal, trying to force control through violence the only way he knows how. Surrounded by protesters and violence, Fisk is finally cornered. Daredevil and Fisk finally face each other in a situation where either one of them could end it. Matt helps Fisk after the civilians attack him. The reason why is because his focus is on stopping the cycle of violence. His argument is simple. If Fisk continues, the conflict will continue. If he stops, the city has a chance to recover. When Fisk agrees to surrender, it's not presented as redemption. It's a decision based on pressure and consequence. The final decision Matt makes is to surrender himself. This connects directly to his earlier choice to reveal his identity. If he is going to expose Fisk for using the system unfairly, he also has to accept his own actions within that same system. This moment reinforces a key idea. Accountability applies to everyone, not just the villain. At the end of the episode, each character is placed in a new position. Matt's in prison, having accepted the consequences of his actions. Karen is free, but still dealing with everything that happened. Fisk is no longer in power and is isolated. Jessica returns to her life, but remains connected to the larger situation. Bullseye is still active at the end of the episode, which means one of the most dangerous and unpredictable people in the series is still out there. These outcomes show that the conflict is not completely finished. Earlier in the season, the conflict was direct and easy to identify. It was about stopping Fisk and exposing what he was doing. Now that he has been removed from power, the situation becomes less clearer. Fisk is no longer in control of the city, but that does not mean his influence is gone. The systems he built, the people he placed in positions of power, and the ideas he pushed are still there. Removing him exposes the structure, but it doesn't automatically fix it. That means the problem shifts from fighting one person to dealing with the effects he left behind. At the same time, Matt being in prison creates a different kind of challenge. He's no longer operating as Daredevil in the same way, which changes how the city responds to crime and injustice. His absence creates space, and that space can be filled by others, whether they're trying to help or take advantage of the situation. Episode 8 closes the season by bringing everything together in a direct way. It resolves the main conflict with Fisk while also setting up what comes next. The important part isn't just that Fisk is stopped, it's how he is stopped. The system he built is challenged both legally and publicly. At the same time, Matt accepts that being part of that system means facing consequences as well. The ending shows that not everything is fully resolved. The city is still dealing with what happened, and the characters are still adjusting to their new roles. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.